Everybody.
How badly did you want Butker to go out there with 5 seconds left to try that 71-yarder?
How badly?
Yeah.
We were ready. We were ready with them. We knew the situation that we had to do something real quick, and we had the timeout, so that was why we were able to run that extra play, pick up a few.
Did the work during pregame give you the indication that?
No question. He hit a 63-yarder going the same direction. We would have tried that long one if we had no timeouts or whatever in that situation and we would have took a shot. He probably would have made it. This guy's unbelievable. He's got a strong leg coming off an injury. It's really remarkable.
What do you think is, realistically, what do you think in a game situation his outside would be?
Depends. We always go by how he looks in pregame. So the furthest out we've ever had him prepared to go during a game was like a 58. So I told Andy, from the 40 that we're good during a game. There might be a game, a situation where we might go further than that, The thing that you always gotta weigh in is the field position. If he missed it, what you're giving up, on the field position end of it. So that's always a factor. At the end of a half, you're coming off the field. It's it's over. So those things are important.
Does your name go next to him in the book since you're
No. I'm just lucky to have, just lucky to be here for that whole situation with Matthew and then him. It's just crazy that it happened two weeks in a row. Simultaneous weeks. It's just unbelievable.
Dave, you've explained this before, but the wind on top of the stadium looks like it's going one way. But is that every game at Arrowhead?
Not every game. Sometimes it swirls, but this time, the flags they were blowing that way, and the wind. If you looked at the flags, you said the wind was blowing in his face, but the wind comes in that way and then hits the stadium and then blows back. Hits the back end of the stadium and then blows towards the other goal, and then the stadium itself, when the wind's coming in there, it kind of provides a wall for the direct wind, and then that's why it comes back when the ball flies up. You get a little bit more hang time that way.
So is that something you have to learn throughout a game?
Yeah, it changes too during the game. You always see the guys walking out like in between timeouts and stuff, and they're always checking the wind, and Tommy does it more than anybody, but that's what they're looking for because it changes during the game all the time. And they'll come over and they'll tell me, hey, I wanted to go right early, but now I want to go left. So, and then we make the adjustment during the game.
How nice was it to see everything work perfectly on that timing part of it? And you guys work on that stuff a lot in practice, but when it's like go time, you got to make those calls real quick because it looked like he wanted to run out there, and it was like, nah, we got time for one more.
We were ready to go. We do practice it. They're not always record-breaking field goals. We go down and we get a field goal at the end of a half, and it happens a lot. Our offense does obviously Mahomes does a great job, and Andy, with the calls getting us down there to be able to provide us with that opportunity.
Call out there for a punt return in the fourth.
Yeah.
The idea just to spark something maybe.
Yeah, that situation right there. If we get a punt return for a touchdown in that situation, the game's over. And we had an opportunity there too. We were playing McCole at 45 yards, and he happened to bomb one. That was the longest punt that he's had all year. It was 65 yards. That's why McCole had to go back 20 yards to catch it, and he didn't catch it perfect, but he was going away from coverage, so he had time to be able to field it and get going. We were one block away from scoring. If you really go back and look at that, and that would have been something right there.
Fair to call McCall this.
McCole he's kind of like how I used Tyreek last year.
Yeah.
He's very similar to that. That's what I'm doing with him right now. We know that McCole a little bit faster than Sky. Sky's got quickness, but I want to keep developing Sky. We need Sky. We need Sky to be a productive player for us as a punt returner.
With so many new pieces, or obviously not having as many veteran guys maybe in the core group, how long will you think it takes for the blocking to sort of come together? So
I know where you're going with that because our returns, the return game's kind of not where we want it to be, but it's getting better and better each week. If you really look at it and you see, what's preventing us from breaking it out, I think soon we're going to break one. I really do. And then confidence will build and we'll get better and better as we go. But we're close, and we do have a lot of young players. I'm not making any excuses. We're behind where we need to be right now. I'm never really satisfied ever, but in a return game, punt and kick return, we need to do better. We're getting there.
What stands out to you about the 49ers in the kicking game?
Robbie Gould is the first thing that comes to my mind. I coached Robbie for 6 years, at Chicago. Great player, 18-year veteran. you know, arguably could be in the Hall of Fame, you know, someday. I mean, he's that good. The fact that he's still going, it's really remarkable, you know. And then their punter, Mitch, he's really good. Right-footed, Australian type of guy, you know, that you never know where the ball's gonna go. It's tough. And then their coverage is good. They're well coached. You know, Brian Snyder does a great job. So, you know, they got a home game. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough for us.
What are you seeing from McLeod as a returner, and what do you kind of?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't talk about him, but I mean, he's a punt and kick returner, and very dynamic guy, experienced, tough to bring down. We need to get a lot of bodies to him, so it's going to be tough.
Okay, thanks, Coach.
Thanks.
Thanks, Coach.
See you later.